Hello everybody, it is Murr. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm here on the set of Impractical Jokers dinner party. You may recognize it from TV with the painting behind me. We're getting ready to film a brand new episode of Dinner Party in about 2 hours. My voice is very sore from the book launch yesterday and from the after party yesterday, which was wild. I hope many of you were there and had fun. The book launch was great. It was different, obviously. We are all going through crazy times. I haven't seen my best friends in 4 months, so that was a little nuts. Obviously, we stopped down Jokers while this is going on until we can start filming again. In the meantime, we've been filming Dinner Party from our homes. So that's the set we're on right now. And the book launch yesterday for Darren and I's new thriller, Obliteration. The book launch was from our homes as well. Darren was up in Toronto. I'm here in New Jersey. And it was wild. We had a lot of fun. We had fans from all over the world watching. There was like 800 fans or so watching. And we had surprise guests. As you know, the guys came on one at a time. Joe came on shirtless to the broadcast and to promoting my new book, or as he called it, Obituary instead of Obliteration. And then I think he called it what? Obituary? Obligation. He called it everything but obliteration. But it is obituation, obituration, whatever. But it is called Obliteration. It's Darren and I's newest thriller. So I'm signing books live, courtesy of Premier Collectibles. If you don't know who they are like the premier company in America that provides autographed copies of books for every major book out there. So it's awesome to be working with them again. In previous years, of course, I've done Premier Collectible signings at the office, at HarperCollins office or the Harper Voyager offices. This is our first ever live signing from home, so it's interesting, but fun and great. So this is your chance to ask me any question you'd like. If you'd like to ask me a question, don't bother posting comments on Facebook. That won't work. What I'm going to do is I have my laptop here on the side, and all the questions coming in, I'm going to answer them one by one over the next hour while I sign your books. And if you order a copy of these books from Premier Collectibles, I'm doing a couple of cool things. First, I'm sticking all of these posters of the amazing cover of Obliteration, these collectible posters. I'm going to put a collectible poster in every book from Premier Collectibles. And I'm putting in lots of prizes. You never know. I'm going to stick them in at random to books. These are 2 free meet and greet tickets to any live Impractical Jokers show. You get to hang out with me backstage. I have 2 free tickets to any Jokers show. I got free swag. I got all sorts of things in here. I'm going to be sticking them in books at random. If you'd like to ask me a question and you'd like a free poster and an autographed book and the possibility of getting a prize in your book, go to now, over the next 45 minutes, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. Premier Collectibles, Premiere Collectibles, COLLECTIBLES.com/obliteration. And I will answer your questions in turn as I'm signing these darn things. To give you a little background, in case you don't know, Obliteration is the 3rd book and final book of the Awakened trilogy by Darren Wearmouth and I, my dear friend. The first book came out 2 years ago. That was Awakened. This is a book I wrote 16 years ago, long before Impractical Jokers. And because of you guys and our fans and how amazing you are, HarperCollins bought the book and became an international bestseller. And then they ordered the trilogy. So then last year we released the sequel, The Brink, with an awesome cover. Which is another bestseller and did really well, and it's a great sequel. And then, of course, literally yesterday, the conclusion to the Awakened trilogy, Obliteration, came out. This is a flippin' awesome book. You're going to love it. You do not need to have read the first 2 books to know what's going on in this book and to love it. We catch you right up with the tale, and you're going to love it. It's so much fun. It's the best we were partying until like midnight last night. It is the best summer reading you'll ever have. Thank you, my love. That's my fiance, Melissa. Just made me some tea. I appreciate it. Very hot. It is the best summer reading you'll ever have. I promise you, once you start reading it, you will not be able to put it down. It's one of those books that you read in like one sitting, and you're like, you get to the end of the chapter, you're like, I have to keep going. To let you know what it's about, basically there's these subterranean creatures that have risen up in this book to try to take over the earth. And it's up to our hero, the former mayor of New York City, Tom Cafferty, and his arch nemesis, the evil, shadowy Albert Van Ness. They have to team up. It's kind of like a deal with the devil. They have to team up to try to fight these creatures and take back the earth. And it's a lose-lose situation for Cafferty because he's teaming up with his enemy, which is great drama, great fun. There's great action. The pace is relentless. You will not be able to put this book down. We promise you. That's my promise to you. We put a lot of heart into writing it. You're going to love reading it. Okay, I'm going to start signing books because I got a lot to get through and I have a lot of questions to answer. So if you have a question for me, just go and would like an autographed copy of the book and a poster and a possible prize that I'm going to stick in books at random. I'm going to put 2 free meet and greet tickets in this first book I'm signing right now. All you have to do, you have 45 minutes to do it. This ends at 4 o'clock. All you have to do is go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. Can you get that off? I can't get that sticker off. It's too hard. Thanks for peeling off. Well, I'm going to stay in this first book. I'm sticking 2 free meet and well, he made it that look easy. That's my nephew / butler Jack, who you know from Impractical Jokers dinner party. So this book right here, I'm putting 2 free meet and greet tickets in. Congratulations, and I'm autographing it. And I'm going to write Murray. In this book, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to write Larry. So there you go. Whoever gets this book from Premier Collectibles gets 2 free meet and greet tickets and an autographed copy and a poster of Obliteration. I'm sticking that right in there as well. Jack, put it in the box. That's ready to go. There's so many more books around me. It's okay. It's going to be fun. Let's start answering some questions. If you have questions, just go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. Buy a copy of the book, and I will answer your question right now. Let's start going through. We have a lot to go through. Dale from Coplay, Pennsylvania, writes, Murr, what started you on this type of novel writing, since being more known for Impractical Jokers stuff? Got to meet you on the second Impractical Jokers cruise. Very cool. Dale, nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, buddy. I've always been interested in thrillers and horror. And Darren has as well. I grew up watching Aliens. I'm going to stick something else. I'm going to stick in this book. I'm putting 2 Impractical Jokers tickets. Thank you, Jack. So who knows? Dale, this may be your book. Thank you, buddy. I'm sticking 2 Impractical Jokers tickets, not upside down, in this book. If you'd like this, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration to ask me a question and get a copy. That goes to Premier Collectibles. There we go. I've always been interested in thrillers and horror my whole life. I loved Aliens. I grew up watching Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. And The Descent is my favorite horror movie. Event Horizon is one of my favorite horror movies. I think it's the same kind of thing as comedy. The goal is the same, and that's to affect people in some way. Make them think, make them scared, make them laugh, whatever you may do. But it's just another avenue of creativity and imagination. And I was an English major at Georgetown. I always dreamt of writing books one day. And thankfully, because of you guys and because of how amazing you are, a fan base, and the success of the TV show, I was able to get a book deal that has turned into many books now. We have 5 more coming out in the next 2 years. All thrillers. You're going to love them. So, okay, this one's, let me put in a poster. This one's ready to go with a poster and signed. Okay, very good question, Dale. Nice to see you. Hope to see you on the next Joker Cruise. Let's move on. Luke from Cardiff. From Cardiff? Is that in the UK? Hey, Luke, if that is. Murray said, okay, I'd answer that one. Good. Okay. Luke writes, hi, James. Me and my partner can't wait to read Obliteration. Thank you, buddy. As we loved your previous books, but random question. Who's your favorite Impractical Joker? Joe, Q, or Sal? Thanks, Luke and Mary from Cardiff. First of all, I love Cardiff. We've been there on tour many times. It is a great town. We've done some good shopping there, too. And I can't wait to go back as soon as we're able to travel again. Who's my favorite Joker? That's hard to say. I think let's put something else in this one. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna put. The stickers. No! Oh my God, the sticker stuck to the table. Take those off. The sticker stuck to the wood table, which my fiance will not be happy with me about. Nor will I be happy with myself, to be frank. I'm putting free swag in this book, so we're going to send you autographed all sorts of Joker stuff. So whoever gets this book. If you want an autographed copy of the book and a poster and possibly a prize, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration for the next 45 minutes, and I'll answer your question and send you a book. Okay, there you go, Jack. That one's ready to go. So who's my favorite Joker? I will say I love all the guys equally. We have been best friends 30 years. I'm sorry if this is a BS answer. I'm sorry, Luke and Mary, but I love them all equally. I would die for any of them. They're my best friends in the whole world. There you go. I hope to see you in Cardiff. Okay, done. Loretta from Waco, Texas writes, favorite place you've ever visited? In the world? The sun is now coming down. It's okay. I'm going to get really bright here in a few minutes. We'll deal with it. I'll try to shift over. Favorite place to visit? Nothing really beats Italy. I love it. I'm half Italian. The food is unbelievable. The people are so friendly. I'm putting another prize in this book. You're not going to see what it is, but it's a prize. It is a great country. I love it. It's great. That's probably my favorite place. I love going to the Amalfi Coast. In the U.S., I'm a sucker for Florida. I'm a sucker for Austin, Texas. I'm a sucker for, what else do I love? Chicago in the summer is fantastic. Cannot be beat. I'll tell you that. Colorado is my favorite state in the country. Winter, summer, doesn't matter. It's amazing all times of the year. So there you go. Okay. Thanks for buying the book, Loretta. Okay. Next question. Moving on. Okay. Next question is, I answered that one, from, no, it doesn't say who it's asked by, but it says, hi, James. How many languages do you speak? Secondly, how did you get into writing? You're referencing an Impractical Jokers episode from season 1 where they say I spoke 17 languages. That is not true. I barely speak English. But I am somewhat fluent in Spanish, I will say. But no, I do not speak 17 languages. That was a joke we made and fans took seriously in season 1. Oh, 2 free Impractical Jokers tickets. There you go. That's a joke we made because a TV episode needs to be like 22 minutes and 33 seconds, whatever, long, precisely. And we didn't have enough time for my turn in the challenge. So we did a BS intro that said I couldn't compete in that challenge in order to get the episode to time. But I cannot speak 17 languages, so there you go. How did I get into writing? I always loved writing, creative writing. I was good at it in school. I liked creating new stories. I used to write them even as a little kid. And it was always my dream. I wrote Awakened, the first book, on a dare. My friend, I had this idea kicking around. There you go, buddy. I had this idea kicking around for a short story, a scary short story that takes place in the subways. And I wrote it, and I sent it to my friend Chris Spear, who's in the thank yous of every book so far. And he called me 20 minutes later and said, oh my God, this is a book. What is the story here? And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? This could be a book. So I created the Awakened around this short story, which is, I think, chapter 6 or chapter 8 in Awakened. And the rest just kind of went from there. Now it's become a passion. It is definitely a passion project. When you write any kind of book, it is a commitment, of months and so much mental energy and thought and heartache and changing and rewriting. And it is an exercise in patience. And thank God I have Darren with me to write because he's a great partner and we play off really well together creatively. So there you go. Good question. Okay, moving on. Next question from Ryan. Oh, let me go to the book. I'm going to shift. This sun is moving. Jack, let's twist the whole table this way so I can try to stay out of the sun, as there's my engagement photo there. As long as possible, I can stay out of the sun. But by the end of this broadcast, it's going to keep coming. The sun, man, you can't stop it. Don't try. I've tried. It don't work. Oh, man, we drank so much last night. Darren, if you're watching, I love you, buddy. That was a fun party, let me tell you. Okay, Ryan in Sylvania, Washington. Sylvania? I don't know. Washington says, what does a normal day in the life of Mur look like? That's a great question. If you have a question, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. Get a copy of the book. I'll include a poster, prizes in lots of the books, and you can ask me a question. I'll answer it right now. Okay? What does a normal day in the life of Mur look like, and what do you think will be the biggest change you will have to make after getting married? Wow. Good questions, Ryan. What is the day? Well, okay, so there's no typical day now, right? Life has changed so dramatically for all of us. By the way, I hope you and your friends and family are safe and healthy in these crazy times. The past 4 months has been different from any other time in my life. We've been locked down, obviously, at home. I've been gardening a lot. I have a green thumb. I always dreamt of having a garden. I had one when I was a young kid, and then I lived in apartments all my life, so I couldn't have one. And now that I bought a house with my fiance, you better be damn sure I have a garden, and it's flipping awesome. We're growing, ready? And it's exploding. We're growing beefsteak tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, plum tomatoes, strawberries, string beans, cucumbers, zucchini, squash, carrots, garlic, lettuce, spinach, thyme, mint, rosemary, basil, a few more. I mean, it's crazy. And they're growing like nuts. So I've been doing a lot of gardening. We've been working out, getting ready for the wedding. The wedding was kind of on hold for a bit. We have a fall wedding planned, and we were on hold because we didn't know if the venue would be open, what the restrictions would be. But it seems as if restrictions are starting to, 2 free meet and greet tickets in this book. You get to hang out with me backstage at any Joker show. And then we've been doing dinner party from home. So that's what and raising my puppy, of course. That's what life's been like. What is the biggest change I'll have to make after getting married? We've been now living together in the house since October. I don't know if there'll be much of a change. It'll be different when we go back to work on Jokers, of course. Then I'll be touring again and filming again, going back and forth in the city. We had a little taste of that at the beginning of the year. The guys and I started filming, season 9, and so I was going back and forth a lot, and that was a little hectic, but we had the movie premiere too, so I think it'll go back to that schedule, certainly, hopefully, next year. But I don't know if there'll be any real changes other than I'm married. There you go. But good question. Thanks, Ryan. Okay, moving on to the next question. Here we go. It doesn't say who the question's from, but that's okay. You don't have to put your name in. What was the first book, show, or movie that made you fall in love with sci-fi? Good question. I would say Alien. I think. And Aliens, probably Aliens more than Alien even. We just watched it the other day. Melissa had never seen it. Thank you, buddy. Melissa had never seen it. We watched it. It holds up, man. What a great movie. I love that. And I was a huge Star Wars and Star Trek fan, still am. I have a wall of lightsabers in the house. So I was a huge Star Trek fan for sure, and Star Trek The Next Generation, and Star Trek Voyager. So that probably sealed the deal. I like the optimism of Star Trek more than Star Wars, but I love lightsabers and I love the Force. That's why I'm a huge Stranger Things fan too, which is kind of like the Force. There you go, buddy. Thank you. So I'd say that probably kind of cemented my love of the genre. There you go. Good question. So by the way, if you have questions you'd like me to answer, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration and I'll answer it right now. And you get an autographed book. Okay, good question. Moving on. Have I talked any of the other guys into writing a book? You could give them lessons, especially Sal. I don't. Well, Q already writes, right? Q has written a comic book, Metro. It's really good. You should pick it up. And he will one day write, I'm sure, lots more. He's an excellent writer. I could see one day the guys and I doing an Impractical Jokers book. That'd be fun. One day we'll get to it. But, we're kind of busy making the show, so it's hard to write a book about the show. We'll get to it one day. There you go. Who would you choose if you could pick anyone to play the main parts in a movie of the book? Interesting question. I already wrote the guys into the book. So Sal, Q, Sal and Q are in Awakened, and Joe wasn't Awakened, but then we changed the character. It was originally a character, thank you, buddy. He was originally a character called Dwight, I can't remember the original last name, and we changed him to Diego Munoz. In rewrites, it happens. And so Joe was in the book, but he's not. Who other like famous people would play characters? I think Tristan Mays from MacGyver would play Sarah Bowcut. I think like a young Donald Sutherland would play Van Ness. I could see like a young Andy Garcia playing Cafferty. Diego, I don't know who would play Diego. I'll come back to you on that. There you go. So, good question. Good question. Okay, moving on. What scary movies did you like to see growing up? I already answered it, but I'll answer it again. Aliens, all the Star Trek movies that are not scary, but I was a huge fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. The Ring, I loved. The Descent, I think, is the best horror movie ever made. Arrival is fantastic. In this book, let's stick 2 free Impractical Jokers tickets. Not bad. You got a good shot at getting that book. So go to, if you want this, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. I'm sticking posters in every one, signing them, and putting prizes in lots of them. There you go. I'd say that, those are some good influences for you. There you go. Okay. Would you ever consider writing a children's book? Yes. We already sold it. It's coming out next year. I've sold 3 children's books, 3 of hopefully many. It's with my employee, Carson Smith. The books are called Interns of Area 51. It comes out starting next year. There'll be 3 books in a row in rapid succession. The basic idea is that these kids in 8th grade, they're off for the summer, and it's their take your kids to work day. Their parents just so happen to work at Area 51. So they go, and of course the day they go to Area 51, all hell breaks loose. All the adults are captured, and it's up to the kids to save the day, every single book. And of course they get offered a summer internship at Area 51. And Area 51 is amazing in this book. It's everything. It's time travel, it's aliens, it's journey to the center of the earth, it's faster than light travel, it's teleportations, what have you. It's everything and anything. It's kind of like funny, scary children's books. In the vein of like R.L. Stine, one of my mentors and friends, and a great guy. So that'll come out in about a year and a half. So there'll be 3 books to start. Hopefully more to come. We'll see. So good question. Okay, next question. Stephen King, Dean Koontz, Anne Rice, now James Murray. Is your father proud of you now? Wow, you put me in good company. I love all those authors. Gosh, I can't imagine my name being at the end of those authors, but that's pretty incredible. Is my father proud of me? Yes, I think my father's proud of me. Yeah, I think he is. There you go. He was able to read the first book. He hasn't been able to read the second 2 books, but he did get through the first book a few years ago when I wrote it, and he always dreamt of being an author. He is a few credits short of a master's in English, but then he had to go serve in the military during Vietnam, and he never got to finish his master's degree and never got to write a book himself. So I think he's probably pretty proud, I would hope. Okay. What was this a nightmare that you had one night? Good question. No, I used to live in Brooklyn and commute to work on the subway every day. And thank you, buddy. And while commuting, sometimes the train would lose connection with the third rail and be plunged into total darkness. And it was really scary, man. Like, it was terrifying. And that's where the idea for the short story that became Awakened came from. And now it's just imagination. Now it's just kind of what I'm interested in. There's a lot of homages in the books to other movies and to things that we love. There's a lot of Jokers references in the books too. So that's where it kind of comes from. Let me stick this in here. In this one, let's see. Let's put, that sticker is done. In this book, I'm going to stick 2 meet and greet passes with me for any live Impractical Jokers show. Just go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration, and who knows, maybe your book will have a prize in it, but every book is going to have a poster in it as well. And the posters are flipping awesome. I have one framed on my wall as well. How cool is that, man? That's great. Here we go. Good question. Okay, moving on to the next question. Here we go. How many challenges get filmed that we never see? Good question. We are very efficient with the show now. In season 1, if we didn't like a challenge, we ditched it. But by season 9 now, I think pretty much everything we film gets on TV, unless there's some kind of extenuating circumstance. But pretty much everything we film goes on TV. I think it's because we're better at the show, and that helps a lot. And yeah, so I think we're very efficient with the show now. But there are a few you haven't seen. Kennedy from Windsor Heights, Iowa writes, what was your inspiration for the Awakened series? Where did you come up with the idea? I just answered that question. But I also made a short film years ago called Subway, a scary short film about a creature in the subways. This is long before Awakened. So it was always already kind of kicking around in my brain. And that's probably where it kind of started from. Good question, Kennedy. Okay, moving on to the next question. Julian from Los Angeles writes, so hyped to read, aspiring story writer, how long is the process from the beginning ideas to the end product? Good question. I think ideas are, would love to do something musical with you guys in the future. That's cool. I think ideas are easy to come up with. All you kind of do is think of a twist or a combination of things that hasn't been done before, and that works really well. It's a great way to create TV shows. That's a lot of what we did in TV development when I worked as a head of development for the company that makes Jokers for many years. And the ideas are easy. Fleshing out the characters and the plot is a lot harder. It probably takes us about, if Darren and I were to sit down and lock ourselves in a house, it would take us about 4 days to come up with a plot and chapter breakdowns for a book. And then writing it, probably, we talked about that last night. Awakened took me a year. The Break took us about 4 months. The Obliteration took about a month and a half. So we're getting better and faster at it, but we also had a much clearer idea of where the book was going to go. So there you go. Okay, moving on. Gerald from Broadway, North Carolina writes, why is Q the best Joker? Good question. I think because he's the most charming out of the 4 of us. You know, he's got those brown eyes, those big brown eyes. He's a charming SOB, and people love him. Men, women, children, animals, they all love him. That's why. A good question. Okay, moving on. Jennifer from Dothan, Alabama. Which do you enjoy more, writing books or doing the TV show? Good question. I answered this yesterday in the broadcast. I'm going to keep shifting. As the sun moves, we're going to move. This is a mobile situation. Jack, give me a hand here. Let's shift these books around, if you don't mind. I'm going to shift into the shade. Just hang tight as I shift. Turn it this way, so I'm more in the shade. There you go. The sun keeps moving, as it does. There's no stopping the sun, guys. Let me shift that. Is that a little better? Better. Okay. Gosh, nothing beats making a TV show because I get to make millions of people laugh with my best friends. And that is a very creatively satisfying job for me. I can't imagine doing anything better in my life. All these things are amazing. The tour is amazing. The movie was so much fun to make. Writing books is incredibly satisfying. And I think the books are really, really good, which helps if you think the product is good. And I hope you guys love the book. There's another photo from my wedding, from my engagement. Thank you, buddy. I find all these things very creatively satisfying. And I think that's a lot of what a life is about, is there's Jack, my nephew, helping out.
What's up?
What's up? I think that's whatever you do in life. Oh, my God. The doors just blew open. Hey, Melissa? Jack? The doors blew open. Is it a ghost from the Awakened trilogy? How weird was that? Both doors just blew open. That's so weird. I wish you could see what just happened live on Facebook. Supernatural? We'll never know. That was weird. It's right off camera. Both doors just opened on their own. And there's no wind outside. The ghost of the Awakened trilogy. So strange. I guess in answer to the question, I realize that all things are possible because of the TV show and the love that you guys give us. But I find them all very creatively satisfying in different, unique ways. And I love them all. I love them all. There you go. Good question. Okay. Thank you, Jack. There you go. Let's stick another prize in this one, okay? Okay. Chelsea from Georgia says, no question, just super stoked for you. Thanks, Chelsea. I'm very stoked for you, too. Okay, moving on to Tiersha. Tiersha, what a pretty name. From Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. Past or present, if you could invite one person to join your dinner party for food and fellowship, who would it be and why? Wow. I can't reveal what's going to happen, but we filmed it the other day. We have an A-list celebrity joined us the other day on dinner party that blew my you-know-what off. I was starstruck. You will see it on TV next Thursday. Not this Thursday. This Thursday, I can't remember what episode it is. But I know. We have another guest this Thursday, but next Thursday is like an A-list celebrity you know. And I was in shock. That'll answer your question. When you see that episode, you'll see all of our reactions. We could not believe that this individual joined us. I won't reveal it yet. Next week I'll reveal it. Okay, good question. Next, Tim from New Bedford, Massachusetts. I've spent time in New Bedford. A TV show I sold as a pilot years ago to truTV, nonetheless, was about guys that I'm putting free swag in this book. Guys that build custom-made choppas. They call choppa heads. They're motorcycles in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And I was up there for a while filming a pilot with him. So me and my friends always wondered why you guys never showed more of the people reacting. Everything about having Seas of Valley, where you do your best to reveal people being on a show. That is by design. The construct of the show is that the joke's on us, not on the public. The public is just there to witness our embarrassment. So my answer to that is this. You already are getting the reveal. The reveal is when the guys tell us what to do, you see our reactions of we're like, holy cow, how are we going to do this? That is the reveal. So you're already kind of getting that. And we wanted to distinguish ourselves from every other hidden camera prank show out there. Truly, we don't consider it a prank show at all. We are the ones getting pranked, not the public. So that is by design. It's the very format for the show. Every now and then when someone exceptional is on the show, a mark as we call them, we will put that reveal on TV if it's hysterical or what have you. So there you go. By the way, if you're just joining us, if you'd like an autographed copy of Obliteration, I'm signing them right now. I'm tossing in every one of these books for Premier Collectibles. A poster you get, and I'm sticking prizes in lots of them. And if you want to ask a question, go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration, and I'll answer it right now. There you go. So there you go. When they're amazing reveals, marks, we show them, but usually we don't do that by design. Okay, Aiden writes from Colorado Springs. I love Colorado Springs. The puppy is now biting my feet on live Facebook under the table. Just know that's what's going on. Okay, Colorado Springs is one of my favorite places on the planet. I've spent lots of time there. No joke. I was at the Comic-Con, I think a year or two in a row. And then, what is the Broadmoor Hotel? Great place. And they have that Wilderness Lodge up top. Amazing. Does your experience writing for Jokers make the process of writing novels easier? No. Totally different things. Writing jokes for Jokers and ideas like that is a completely different mindset, I think, than writing a thriller or writing any novel. Jack, can you push the... Oh, that's my puppy. The cup over. Thank you, buddy. Look at this, my puppy. It's Penelope. My puppy. She's around, biting my feet. Very different. When we're writing jokes for the TV show, it has to punch. It's quick. It's one-liner. It's scenario that leads to one-liners. It's a very different kind of mindset than sitting down and putting yourself in the mind space of a character, how they react to something, what they would do, and then also thinking about what the reader wants these characters to do. You know, like where do you want the story to go? Where don't you want it to go? How can I surprise you and keep things moving? I think it's a really different kind of writing, entirely from Jokers. But the core of it, which is imagination and creativity, is the same. Good question, man. I'll see you in Colorado Springs. Sharon from Oakville, Connecticut writes, do you have a favorite character in the trilogy? Albert Van Ness. Oh my God, what a great villain. I do I'm the narrator of the audiobook. By the way, you can go to Harper Audio, you can go to Audible, Amazon, and pick up the audiobook, and you will hear my voice reading the entire book, the entire trilogy. But Van Ness's voice is so good. Ready? I'll do a little Van Ness. It's been 1 year, any time now, he thought. They are coming for me, and I will answer the call. I will save humanity, and my price hasn't changed. But now there's one more demand they must meet. Thomas Cafferty is a dead man. What a great character. He's so much fun to read. And I love his eccentricities, how quirky he is, how his moral compass is, he's almost in the right, but his moral compass is skewed just enough to make him our villain. I find him complicated and interesting and fun to write. There you go. Good question, Sharon. Okay, Linda from Glendale, Arizona says, now that the trilogy is done, do you have other plans to write another book? Yes. Where is it? Jack, grab me the cover for our next book is somewhere around. I'll show you the cover for the next book. We mentioned it last night. After Obliteration, in October, Darren and I have another thriller called Don't Move coming out. It's a thriller that takes place in the woods of West Virginia, where a church group from the Bronx wanders into their own woods while on their summer camping trip. You will not be able to put it down. It is excellent. It's a standalone thriller. Comes out in October. Next year, I have a thriller called The Stowaway coming out, which is great fun. I will reveal the plot of that soon. And then, of course, in a year and a half, we have free swag. In a year and a half, we have, in terms of Area 51, 3 books, children's books coming out. So lots more books to come. And this, it all started from the Awakened trilogy. Oh, thank you, buddy. There's our next book coming out in October. Don't Move. There you go. Okay, there you go. Let's move on. Good question. So lots more books. That is all because of the Awakened trilogy and because of HarperCollins launching this entire career and this entire partnership between Darren and I. And for that, I cannot thank them enough. If you ever have the chance to work with them, please do. Okay, good question, Linda. Leanne from Dundas, Ontario. Are you planning on continuing to write books now the series is done? There you go. I just answered that question. Leanne, good question. Christine from Fremont, Nebraska says, which punishment hurt the most? Getting inked, pierced, or getting hit with dodgeballs? Well, you know, I will show you, if I can stand on the table, there's the tattoo of the ferret Scott. I think it's right there on my thigh. You know, that hurt. That hurt. So there's your answer. Zarek, cool name, from Tampa. What are your plans to come back from the pandemic since you have such close interactions with people? We have some ideas as to how, you know, the good thing about Jokers is the show always changes. And that's by design. We keep pushing the format and twisting and turning. Can you push those over to me, buddy? Keep twisting and turning the types of challenges we do, things like that. We have some ideas as to how to get it back up and running, even with social distancing, things like that, that will work. They will. So the guys and I are planning on starting back up in probably, I would say, September. And let's also pray that a vaccine is found and all this goes away. That'd be great too. But we have a good plan in place to move forward, and we're working on it now. So there you go. Okay, Steve from Lewiston, Maine says, do you and the guys play jokes on each other outside of filming? Absolutely. They get me all the time, man. They had this joke for years that whenever we'd be at a restaurant, we'd get our bills, we'd sign the bill, leave the tip, and then I would always go to the restroom and wash my hands before I leave. And while I'd be in the restroom, they would pull out my bill and they would change the tip. For years they did it to me. They would change the tip. So if I left an $18 tip, they would change the 1 to a 4. So it's a $48 tip, or add another 1. So it's a $118 tip. And I didn't notice. I don't remember how much tip I left a month ago at whatever. And for years they were doing it. And I one day caught them doing it. I came out of the bathroom or something and saw them changing the bill. And the whole tower of cards came crumbling down. The whole house of cards, that tower of cards, came crumbling down. Those sons of bees. So yes, we prank each other all the time outside in real life. Melissa from Clintondale, New York says, I have 2 sons, age 11 and 12, who enjoy watching your show. That's awesome. There's a lot of teenage fans. By any chance, would you ever consider writing a book geared toward teens? I just answered that. Yes, absolutely. In terms of Area 51, is 3 books that comes out starting next year. You're going to love it. It's perfect for teenagers. It's written for teenagers. It's fun and scary and funny. You're going to love it. So there you go. you to read my autobiography. I wrote one. I will not, but thank you. What was that? Jefferson Hills Library. Wow. Jefferson Hills Library, the entire library, has written me a question. Did you ever get your real diploma back? No. Our show is completely real, as I'm sure is apparent when you watch it. That little kid still has my Georgetown diploma. The show is real. I had to order a duplicate diploma from Georgetown and pay like $100 to get them to reprint it. And it is here in the house now, the duplicate. He still has the original. So great question. Okay, moving on. Eric from Wellesley, Massachusetts says, if you could join and be a member of any band, you know, it would be fun to be in sync with Fatone. First of all, because Fatone's a great guy. I love him. The guys love him. That'd be a lot of fun. And gosh, nothing beats the sun has now dramatically changed again. And I just spilled my tea. But you could grab a couple paper towels so I can that. Thank you. The sun has now dramatically changed again. So I'm going to move that light a little better. Okay. When the sun comes back out, I'll put that light back on. We're rolling with it, guys. This is what it's like going live. I think in sync, probably, you know, at their prime, forget it. That'd be wild. Good question, Eric. Okay, moving on. If you have a question, you can go to premiercollectibles.com. I will get through as many questions as I can. I cannot promise to answer every one. We will run out of time eventually. But I'm going to try to answer as many as I can in the next half hour. And I will send you an autographed copy of Obliteration. And I'm sticking prizes in them and posters in every single one. Okay, Stacy from Hamilton. I'll speed up with my answers. My son, who's 12, wants to know if you would do a Damned Part 2. No way. Damned should have never been made. I should have accepted the car. My father offered to buy me like a cheapo, like $5,000 car when I graduated college. And I said, no, Dad, take the money and help me make a movie. I should have taken the car. There will never be a Damned Part 2. Thank you. Okay. Elizabeth from St. Augustine, Florida says, what weird food combinations do you like? Good question. There you go, buddy. What weird food combinations? I mean, I separate my food. So if it's like Thanksgiving dinner, I'll only take one item at a time, eat it, and then move on with the rest. I don't like the cross-contamination. I mean, I eat pickles with everything. I'll dip pickles in soup. That's weird. That sounds changing again. Okay. That's weird. There you go. Okay, Tamara writes from Massachusetts. Who's your biggest literary author inspiration? Huh? Oh wait, Tamara, like camera. I said it right the first time, Tamara. There you go. There you go. You know, Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton. I was a huge Jurassic Park fan. Andromeda Strain I loved. So I'd say Michael Crichton probably. The sun's moving again. Son of a gun. Here you go, buddy. There's a poster in this one. Yeah. My nephew is eating steak. He just grilled a steak. He's eating right next to me. You know, it's live. This is what we're doing. Okay. Good question, Tamara. Regina from Temperanceville, Virginia, says, have you learned anything new about yourself since being in quarantine? Good question. Have I learned anything new about myself? I don't like wearing pants in quarantine. Shorts are so much easier. You thought I was going to say naked. No, I meant I like wearing shorts better. I don't know. There you go. Okay. Gemma from the UK says, what have you learned to appreciate more since being on lockdown? From Gemma in Nottingham, UK. What have you learned to appreciate more? Making the right choice with who I'm going to marry. There you go. Because if you don't love the person you're with, being in quarantine is going to be hard. So I think a couple that gets through this together stays together. And thank God I made the right choice. There you go. Okay, Michael from Chicago writes, hello, Mara, what is your favorite thing to do with the guys on the road? We go shopping. We love going to outlet malls. Man, we hit up outlets like, whoa. That's a lot of fun. We go to see movies. We'll literally, if a new movie comes out that we really want to see, we'll run off stage, take off to the movie theater, and go. Oh, I'm sorry, it's too wet, buddy. And go see it. And we'll sneak in like a half hour after the show ends. So we love seeing movies and go shopping. There you go. Thank you, buddy. Cindy from Russell, Kentucky writes, have your parents or sisters read your books? Yes, they've all read them. If so, what do they think? My mom loves my books anyway, you know. Well, she's mom, she has to. But that one's done. She has to. Yes, the family's read the books. And Jack, have you read any of the books?
Nope.
Jack, my nephew, you've read the books?
Sure.
Jack, I'll ask you again. You've read the books, right?
Of course.
I think most of my family's read the books. I don't know. The sun's moving all over. I'm gonna move this forward and shift back. The puppy came onto the Facebook Live. Here's the baby. Yes, okay. Daddy's live on the internet answering questions for fans. Yes. This is Penelope. Penny for short. She's looking at the steak. That's why she's here. Mm-hmm. Give her a piece of steak. She wants some steak. She wants a piece of beef. Come on. No, that's too big. You're gonna cut it to a smaller piece. Kids. This is Penelope. Okay. She sees the steak. She wants food. Okay, go. Okay, so back to signing books. I have a few more to go. Cindy says, yes. So I believe they've read the books. I hope, and they love them. Trisha from Steelton, Pennsylvania says, do you see another Jokers movie happening? I would love to do one. We have lots of ideas as to how to do it. We were, when the movie came out, we had started preliminary conversations about possibly doing a sequel. We just talked about what it would be like, how we would do it. And of course, I think we're the last movie to come out in theaters this year. So if you could hand some more over to me, buddy, so we finish signing these guys. I would love to do a sequel. Hopefully next year we'll be able to do one. I'll let you know. Stay tuned. Okay, next, Heather from Fritch, Texas. Fritch. Okay. You ever plan on coming to the Panhandle of Texas? Sure. How's Tuesday? Great. I'll see you on Tuesday. Great. Okay. Arthur from Cheektowaga, New York says, who are your comedic influences? We were huge fans of The Naked Gun, Airplane, the Zucker brothers. That's why, David Zucker's and Jerry Zucker are huge influences. Mel Brooks is a huge influence of mine. I used to love Eddie Murphy. I still do. Richard Pryor. I was a huge Leslie Nielsen fan. Oh, I gotta put a poster in this one. Let's stick something in this one too. Okay, this one, 2 free Impractical Jokers tickets. You can still get an autographed copy of the book by going to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. You'll get a poster. I'm sticking prizes in lots of them. You'll get an autographed book, and I will try to answer as many questions as I can in the next 20 minutes before I gotta go get ready for dinner party, which we're filming tonight. There you go, buddy. Okay. So Mary says from West Seneca, New York, hi, I'm Mary from Buffalo. Hi, Mary. Out of all the guys, you're in great shape. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. How often do you work out? I try to work out every single day. My nephew and I went running almost 3 miles the other day. Mm-hmm. And Darren and I are competing to see who has better abs by my bachelorette party. We're doing like a joint bachelorette party in September. So ask me in September if I have a six-pack and if Darren has a six-pack, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I gotta put a post on that one. There you go. So yeah, I try to work out every single day. There you go. Mary, I answered your question, then move on to the next one. Okay, Jillian from Strasburg, Virginia says, if you could, I lost the question. If you could have anyone play you in a movie, who would it be? I mean, myself? I'd like to play myself in a movie. That'd be nice. If there's a movie about me, can I be in it? Who do I talk to? Anyways, okay. Rosalinda says, please say hi to my son, Giovanni Garza. Cool name, man. Giovanni Garza. That's awesome. From San Antonio. I love San Antonio. That river walk is so much fun. We love you and watch you guys during dinner. Thanks. I love you guys too. Here you go. Giovanni, stay awesome, buddy. Stay with that cool name. That's super cool. Jillian asked, okay, I answered that one. I just clicked on the wrong one. Sorry. If I missed your question, I'm sorry. Zach says, what made you write books in the horror genre? I answered this question at the beginning, but I love scaring the hell out of people. There you go. I also love making people laugh. So there you go. Michael from Millbrook, Alabama. What's your most embarrassing moment of Jokers? I think I have it in my wallet. Let me check. I still, to this day, live with this. My driver's license has no eyebrows. It's a 10-year punishment. 10 years, this is my license, until 2024. So I have 4 more years to go of a driver's license photo, sans eyebrows. That's sans eyebrows. That means without eyebrows. So there you go. That's pretty embarrassing on a daily basis and every time I fly. Okay, Teddy from West Virginia, what keeps you motivated when writing? You know, deadlines, I think. When a publisher tells you the book is due by this date, you got to finish it by that date or thereabouts. When you have it, and then of course I have several other full-time jobs. You know, obviously the guys that I tour, we had the movie, we filmed the TV show, we filmed Dinner Party, Misery Index on TPS. You know, when you don't got time, you got to stay motivated. I think that helps. And also, I feel a desire to write a book that is great, that will affect people in a certain way. They'll love it. They'll want to read sequels. They'll, you know, I find I try not to half-ass anything in life, pretty much. I try to over-deliver. That's why we do all sorts of crazy things like sticking prizes in, doing these, and video shout-outs and calling fans. And I realize that everything good happening in the guys and I in our lives is entirely because of you guys. All the good fortune we have is because of the love you give us and the belief that you have in us and how much you love our friendship. I know that all these good things start from there and grow from there. I hope that you were a fan of the TV show and then started reading the books and realized they're great and stayed because you're fans of the trilogy. And we'll read all of our books to come because you're fans of our style of writing. We like writing in immensely readable books. That's my favorite kind of writing. So if I'm trying not to let you guys down. That's what keeps me motivated. There you go. Okay, next question. Will you ever do a selfie book like Kim Kardashian? I don't know. If HarperCollins would like to buy one, sure. I don't know. Okay, next question. Haram, cool name, from Hewlett, New York. Why is it? I can't answer that question because you cursed in your question. I apologize, my friend. Good luck next time. Okay, Timothy from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Me and my twin brother, that's cool, just turned 30 yesterday. Happy birthday, buddy, and your brother. We never met you guys, but we'd love to come see you and hopefully any plans to go to Nashville. We'll be in Nashville. We're going to perform there soon. Happy birthday to your twin brother. Can you guys like talk to each other like mentally, like you both know what each other's thinking? Let me know. Okay. What other secret talents are you hiding? Do you know the incentives in the garage? Mm-hmm. You know the sticks I have? Can you go grab them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
I will show you. I'll get back to this question. I'll show you my secret talents. Okay. Can you name something that's on your bucket list and why is it on your list? You know, my honeymoon, that's on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go to the place we're going to my entire life, and we booked it just last week, and I'm so very excited. The sun is moving. I'm shifting back further again. We'll see what happens. Now, apparently, I'm just promoting alcohol. And of course, the Obliteration, our brand new book from Darren and I. Okay, yeah, I would say that I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting married to my love. Traveling more. I've done a lot of traveling in the past 10 years. It's been very satisfying to me, meeting lots of people all around the world, experiencing different cultures. I would love to continue to do that. I love traveling a lot, so I can't wait to travel again once we're allowed to. So there you go. Okay, if you had never met your fellow Jokers, what career path would you have gone toward? I think similar, but obviously there would be no Jokers, but I still would have wound up in TV development. Oh, back to this. My secret talent that you don't know I have, I'm very good at juggling sticks. You know, this is dangerous because there's lots of liquor behind me, but I can do, this is not the I can do all sorts of crazy tricks and spins, and I can flip it behind my back, and all sorts of things like that. Anyways, you get the idea. I can flip over my head and kick it back over my head. Anyways, little things, I think I still would have wound up in TV development. I love creating TV shows. I love the job. I love pitching shows and selling them, and I probably would have still done that. And there you go. And I think I would have still been doing.
Eat it.
Ow! It dripped on my legs. Good enough. Okay. What is your favorite sci-fi author and what book? I would say Jurassic Park. Come on. Come on. Let's be serious. Jurassic Park influenced me as a kid. Can you name something that's on your bucket list? I answered that one. Okay. Tim from... Oh, I answered that one too. Your twin brother. I already said that. Sorry, I got to click on these things. I answered that one.
Did you get through all of them?
Did I get through? No. Did I?
I think the grayed out ones you've answered, right?
Was that what that means? Holy smokes, I think I got through every question. With 4 minutes to spare, are you kidding me? Now, you don't have to, I'm still gonna keep signing. I'm gonna end the broadcast in 4 minutes at 4 o'clock because I have to get dressed and changed for dinner party tonight. But while I'm still signing these books, a couple things. So you can still get them. Premier Collectibles is an amazing company. I've worked with them on Awakened, on The Brink, and now on Obliteration. You can't beat them. They do excellent work, and they support authors hugely, as does, of course, HarperCollins and Harper Voyager. So if you'd like an autographed copy of Obliteration, give one to your friend, to your coworker, to your great aunt Teresa, what have you. You can get an autographed copy. I'm going to put another prize in this one. This is 2 free meet and greet tickets to any Impractical Jokers show. You get to hang out with me backstage. I'm sticking that right in. I'm signing this book and putting it in the box for Premier Collectibles. And included in this, I will stick a poster, a collectible poster of Obliteration, which is awesome. Jack, that one's ready to ship out to somebody. So all you have to do is go to Premier Collectibles. I just spit right on my iPad. I'm sorry for that. All you have to do is go to premiercollectibles.com/obliteration. premiercollectibles.com/obliteration, and you can get your own autographed copy, including after I end this live broadcast. Please go there, pick up a copy for your friends, family, co-workers, what have you, and I'll send it your way with prizes inside. I love you guys. Thanks for joining. And some really interesting, good questions. That was great. I hope you are staying well and safe in these crazy times. Thank you for all of you who joined Darren and I at our book launch yesterday. And of course, thank you to HarperCollins for being amazing partners through this entire trilogy. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.